by Kirk Palchefsky. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, God. Forgive me. Item number 2, I don't want to skip that fast. Item number 2 is approval of the minutes of the November 1st meeting. May I have any comments or recommendations or approval?
I recommend that we approve the minutes as presented.
Thank you. Have a second?
Here.
No, they can't. Oh, right, neither one, so you can't vote on it. You weren't at the meeting last.
We can wait till next month. Okay,
Sorry?
wait till the next meeting.
Okay, all right. So we'll table the approval until the next meeting in January. Item number 3, variance application number 888-608 Laurel Avenue, filed by Kirk Palchefsky, I believe is how it's pronounced. May we have a reading of the record, please?
Yes. Variance application number 888 was filed on October 19, 2018 by Kirk Palchefsky, seeking approval to reduce a lot width to 60 feet in order to sell the property as a buildable lot at 608 Laurel Avenue, Laurel, Maryland. The City of Laurel Unified Land Development Code requires a 65-foot lot width for one-family detached residential buildings in the R55 zoning district. Under date of November 16, 2018, application and a cover letter asking for comments were sent to the following agencies: Maryland State Highway Administration, Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission, Prince George's County Health Department, Maryland Department of Planning, Baltimore Gas and Electric Company, the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, Prince George's County Department of Permitting, Inspections and Enforcement, Verizon, and Prince George's County Public Schools Department of Capital Programs. Under dated November 16th, a memorandum asking for comments was sent to the following city departments: Department of Public Works, Police Department, and Department of Recreation. The following agencies' responses were received. No issues with the request. Comments from Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission, Prince George's County Health Department, and the Maryland State Highway Administration. The following responses were received from city departments. Laurel Police Department had no issues with the request. The City of Laurel Department of Parks and Recreation also had no issues with the request, and the City of Laurel Department of Public Works also had no issues with the request. No other comments were received. On November 14th, 2018, a letter explaining the nature of the application and advising of the scheduled public hearings on the application before the Planning Commission and the Board of Appeals were sent by certified mail to all contiguous property owners. All but one return receipt was received. A memorandum from the City of Laurel Planning Commission to the Board of Appeals dated October 23rd, 2018 reads as follows. The Commission, on a motion by Mr. Wilson, seconded by Mr. Kish, and carried on a roll call vote of all members present, voted to recommend approval for variance application number 888-608 Laurel Avenue, Laurel, Maryland 20707, with the condition listed in techno staff report to the Board of Appeals. The applicant shall comply with all federal, state, and local laws and regulations for the protection and the use of property. The file contains a certificate of publication verifying that this application and public hearing was advertised in the December 13th, 2018 issue of the Prince George's Sentinel. That concludes the reading of the file, Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you. Is there anyone here to speak on behalf of this application? Don't see. Okay, great. Are there any additional comments from staff or anything we need to know about? No? All right. All right. Board members, do we have any comments or? No. All right. Then may I have a motion, please?
I hereby move that we adopt the findings of facts and conclusions of law as outlined in the technical staff report for application number 888, and move approval of resolution 18-103 BOA as presented.
Thank you. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you.
Mr. Whitley,
I vote aye.
Ms. Collins,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell, Chairwoman Chenault,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you. Nice space. All right. Item number 7 on the agenda is action on resolution number 18-03-BOA. Who did that?
Yeah, we did the resolution.
Okay, 8. special exception application number 889, resolution number 18-04-BOA-604 Main Street, filed by Christina Kirven, seeking a special exception to operate a smoking lounge. May we have a reading of the record, please?
Yes, good evening. Special exception application number 889 was filed on November 5th, 2018 by Christina Kirven and Victor Thomas to operate a smoking lounge at 604 Main Street here in Laurel. Under the date of November 6, 2018, the application and a cover letter asking for comments were also sent to the following agencies: Maryland State Highway Administration, the Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission, Prince George's County Health Department, Maryland Department of Planning, Baltimore Gas and Electric Company, the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, Prince George's County Department of Permitting, Inspections and Enforcement, Verizon, and the Prince George's County Public Schools Department of Capital Programs. Under the date of March 5th, 2018, a memorandum asking for comments was sent to the following city departments. That was November 6th. I apologize. November 6th, 2018. A memorandum asking for the comments was sent to the following city departments: Department of Public Works, Police Department, Department of Parks and Recreation, Office of the Fire Marshal and Permit Services. The following agency responses were received. No issues with request comments from Prince George's County Health Department, Maryland State Highway Administration, Prince George's County Public Schools Department of Capital Programs, and the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission. The following responses were received from the City of Laurel departments: the Police Department, the Parks and Recreation Department, and the Fire Marshal's Office all had no issues with the request. The City of Laurel Department of Public Works had the following comments. This department has reviewed the special exception application for Thomas Supply Trade LLC to add a 600 square foot well-ventilated cigar lounge within the existing retail store located at 604 Main Street. The following comments and recommendations are offered at this time. Please ensure that the building and its access meet the Americans with Disabilities Act standards. There is one handicap parking space and 4 regular parking spaces provided in the rear of the property. In addition, at least 20 parking spaces will be provided for the smoking lounge at the Pawtuxet Place located across the street on Main Street. According to the submitted plan, no improvements are proposed in the city's public right-of-way. If any roadway closures or public sidewalk closures are needed for this work, the applicant must contact this department for approval prior to the start of the work. The applicant is responsible for any and all damages that may occur within the public right-of-way. If any utility cuts will be performed on the city street, the restoration work must follow the city's standards that require the permanent patches in the cut area with a 2-inch mill and overlay from curb to curb and a minimum of 25 feet in each direction of the cut. The scope of the restoration work will be determined by this department. Other comments were received. On November 26, 2018 through November 29, 2018, a letter explained the nature of the application, advising of the scheduled public hearings on the application before the Planning Commission and the Board of Appeals was sent by certified mail to all contiguous property owners. Only one return receipt was received. A memorandum from the City of Laurel Planning Commission to the Board of Appeals dated December 11, 2018 reads as follows. At the regular meeting of the City of Laurel Planning Commission held on December 11, 2018, the following action was taken on the subject zoning application. The Commission, on the motion of Mr. Welford, seconded by Mr. Kish, and carried on a roll call vote of all members present, voted to recommend approval of the special exception application number 889 for 604 Main Street, Laurel, Maryland, with the conditions listed in the technical staff report. 1, the applicant shall obtain a City of Laurel use and occupancy permit. 2, the applicant shall obtain all required City of Laurel permits. 3, all lounge patrons and occupants must be at least 21 years of age. 4, the applicant shall obtain a City of Laurel sign permit. 5, the handicap parking sign in the rear of the building must state a $250 fine on it. And then 6, the applicant shall comply with all federal, state, and local laws and regulations for protection of the use of the property. The file contains a certificate of publication verifying that this application and public hearing was advertised in the December 13, 2018 issue of the Prince George's Sentinel. The file contains an affidavit signed by the applicant attesting that a zoning sign had been placed on the subject property and has remained and shall remain until the decision is reached by the Board of Appeals. That concludes the reading of the file, Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you. And in this case, we do have someone here on the sign-up sheet. Nelson? No? No one's here? Oh. Okay. Villa Costa?
He left, ma'am.
Okay.
He was for
just
the
check-
other application.
Oh, all right, all right. So does anyone have any questions of the applicant on this one? I think the machine sounds really fascinating, the smoke master ventilation unit system. Probably ought to put those in a lot of places. Is it an expensive piece? And how often do they have to be cleaned? I didn't see that here. Monthly. Curious. That must be an ugly job. Okay. Technology. Right. Okay. Any other questions? Sure. Martin?
Oh, so I definitely like cigars. My question is, I'm not familiar with you guys' business. So you're on Main Street,
Yes, thank you. I should have asked you.
and this this lounge, is it operating like after like normal business hours, or is it
No, it
just for
isn't.
like okay?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry to interrupt you. No, it's not.
Okay.
Our hours are from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. at night.
Oh, okay.
So it's operating now as a retail store, and that's the front of the building, what you see there.
Yes.
And then the back will be we call it tasting room, but it's a cigar lounge.
Yes. No, I understand. Okay.
Yeah, and it closes at 10, and we shut down.
Okay. No, I mean that was just a thought. If it was a late night spot or something.
Oh, yeah. No.
Okay. So that's good. Okay.
Mhm, mhm.
Thanks. Thank you then.
Oh, you're welcome.
Any other questions, staff?
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, then, members, would you like to make a motion?
I hereby move that we adopt the findings of fact and conclusions of law as outlined in the technical staff report for application 889 and move approval of resolution 18-04-BOA as presented.
Second.
Mr. Whitley,
I vote yes.
Ms. Collins,
Yes.
Mr. Mitchell,
Yes.
Chairwoman Chenault,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you all for your patience. Good luck. Everybody have a wonderful Merry Christmas and a healthy, Happy New Year.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. No problem.